If you've been here before, you know who I am. If you haven't, I'm the Pentagenarian. I'm 58 now. God, that's old. But I react to videos and stuff. I'm doing a slight change up in the way I do things. This is the first video since I've been back. And I'm going to do most of my yammering after the song because people look at the thumbnail, they click it, and then a lot of people sit there for 7 minutes and yammer about whatever. So I'm going to shut up. Less talking, more reacting. So this is The Warning Consume live at Teatro Nacional. I did look it up. The drummer is the drummer from Holy Wars, and I'm going to assume that that means Pow is out front. I think the hardest thing for me being away for the last 5, almost 6 months is that I have been like literally trying to ignore everything on YouTube. So I know there's a list of warning songs I got to do. I know there's a list of all sorts of songs I got to do. Just give me the time. So no more yammering. We're going to dive directly into Consume live warning Teatro Nacional. See how that works? Here we go. I'm going to assume that Pow's out front.
Stick your teeth in really on the pouring weather. Just follow short, but you keep it undercover. Let's spin a party, I'm gonna party. You willingly participate. You crack a smile, close your eyes and disassociate. That means no problem, but you know you're still a part of it. You hate that you're part of it, hate that you're part of it. Watch me, judge me. All the things that you do. Love me, hate me. Am I worth it to you? Shovel it down my throat. Sit down with remorse. Make me be perfect for you.
Okay. what a perfect frame to freeze on. All right. Now, I haven't seen, other than the very wonderful and heart-wrenching and tear-jerking Black Holes, and oh, you guys are going to hate me because I'm still in a state of shock right now. Never mind. Anyway, when she played the piano at the Pepsi Center, I mean, you know, if you didn't cry, you're probably, I don't know, not human. But that's the only exposure I've had to her being out in front. Now, she's a firecracker on the drums. You can tell she's a natural performer. But just seeing her turn around and like damn near charge the crowd. I don't know why I expected or how I could have expected anything less than that. And seeing the guy in the audience with his phone singing along, the man was almost crying because that's honestly how cool this is. And I'm going to say something and I'll follow it up after the reaction. But this is important. And I'll explain why after this is over. I got to go back 5 seconds, right? Do you go back 5 seconds? That's how it used to work. Okay, well, it's at 133, so I go back to 128. We'll start it from there again. So I used to be able to tap the little back arrow, but apparently it doesn't want to cooperate. So here we go. and kick it off.
Make me be perfect for you. I can point your finger at you anymore.
What a gorgeous stage setup.
I could die as a martyr. Now I've become so free little fucker. Sink my teeth and beat you all for another.
He's just strutting.
Undercover. Let's be in a party, all alone in a garden. I willingly participate. I crack a smile, close my eyes and disassociate. Making a problem, but I know I'm still a part of it. I hit it a part of it, hit it a part of it. Watch me, judge me, pull the strings like you do. Love me, hate me. Am I worth it to you? Shovel it down my throat, wash it down with remorse. Make me be perfect for you.
All right, I know that part of the song. It worked again. Again, perfect place to stop. Doing that delivery about greedy little fucker, the speed that she's doing it and the clarity that she's doing it is phenomenal. That is not easy to do. Just try to talk fast sometimes. You get to trip over yourself. And for her to perform like this on stage, moving around, phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I mean, everybody sounds great. They picked a great fill-in for her for this song. Obviously, every freaking video I can tell you guys, and you guys already know, so I don't have to tell you about the harmonies. Just, I mean, literally untouchable. But her performance ability, oh my God. It's like, who let the pow out? She's a firecracker behind the drums, and on stage in front, she's a stick of dynamite. I read someplace that they're talking about, like, lessening her lead songs because she wants to concentrate on drumming. For as good as she is drumming when she's singing, I'm really kind of, in a way, looking forward to that, even though it'll be sad to see her take a little bit of a step back from singing, because I do love her voice. But just, yeah, I could go on now, so I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna keep on going again. But it's a 3.5 minute song, and it's taken me like 8 minutes to get this far into it. So yeah, I'm shutting up.
Make me be perfect for you.
Little Danny. I love the sister strut. Oh, she's using the Oriani guitar.
Watch me, judge me, pull the strings like you do. Love me, hate me. Am I worth it to you? Shovel it down my throat, wash it down with remorse.
I'm sitting here, eyes just of wonder. Oh my God. Perfect. That was a perfect song. Whoops. That was a perfect performance. I don't know how else to say that. It was a perfect performance. They always perform their hearts out. The times that I have seen them, it's always been entertaining. But, and I mean, I know this was a special event, so we're not going to see that every time they go on stage. So if you're one of those people who expect it, don't, because the recordings that we get of them live are representative of what they are fully capable. When you see them live, chances are, until they get to that point where they're selling out arenas, we're going to see somewhat of a cut down show. So be prepared for that. It's not going to drop the energy or anything, but it's going to be a different show than what you see in the videos. But what I was saying before is that this is important, is because I can literally think of no other band where a drummer comes out and literally takes over the stage. Now, it is true Phil Collins would get out from behind the drum kit when he was singing with Genesis, and I believe, I want to say, is it Mastodon? The drummer does some leads, but not like this. This was a performance that we could have had a whole show of with her in the front. And I know everybody is like, well, duh, it's Pow. I get that. But my point is, nobody else has done this. She came out like and I don't mean this in a bad way, and I'm hoping you understand what I'm saying. She came out like a pop star, and I don't want to utter this name, but almost like a Taylor Swift presence, where she hits the stage, the crowd goes crazy, and she performs her heart out, and she's into the song, and all eyes are on her, and she's the drummer. No one else has done this because no other band is capable of this. And that's why the Warning, well, one of the reasons why the Warning is extra special with Sugar on top, because they not only perform good music, they are not only phenomenal live performers, they know their way around a studio, so they know how to make an album, but then they have the capability to go from performing at 10 and kicking it up to 15. And that's what this is. They're not just, riding on any laurels. They could perform a straight show with, similar to the Pepsi Center, and we would all love it. We would all, be thrilled with it. But what I'm seeing as they evolve, I mean, the first big one that everybody talks about is at Teatro Metropolitan. And great show. We all loved it. When Pepsi Center came out, and then we had that kind of 3-song block where they brought the strings out, and, Pow did her song, Breathe, remembered, fuckers. Breathe, Black Holes, and then they did Enter Sandman. And then this one is another big anniversary show, and they come out with this. And what they're doing, and I've seen people, I saw one, dipshit, talking about how, they're getting influenced by the record company. No, they're not. They're doing the stuff they've always dreamed of doing. The fact that, they pointed out that, the synchronization, yeah, they're growing in confidence. They're learning more and more and more about performing. And at the age they are now, they're performing at a level that is, you figure most bands start in their, maybe late teen to early 20s. They've been doing it for 10 years. And if they go as long as some of the legendary bands, then we're going to see an evolution that goes beyond what we've seen before. Because they're tight, right now they are playing as tight as bands that have been around for 20 years. They're putting on energetic stage shows that are off the charts. So everybody loves them now. We have the Warning Army Raw, but I want you to try to imagine that, let's say, and I'll just pick a random band, Judas Priest. You look at their older stuff and you look at where they are today. Rob Halford will walk onto the stage, raise his hand, and his fans will tear the building down. But you look at where they were 30, 40 years ago, and it took them 15, 20 years to get to this level of performance on the stage. Now, I want you to try to fathom, if you even can, in 15 or 20 years, what these ladies are going to look like. It is a mental exercise that could cause hemorrhaging, because they're already at the peak game of many legendary performers. And I mean, their sound, dead on. Their lights, dead on. Their performance, dead on. Okay, we've got all that down. What else can we do to generate excitement? I don't know. I know. Let's have Powell come out and do a in-your-face, full Powell energy performance of this song. Okay, that sounds good. And it worked. It went from the warning going, you know, everybody's up here already, and now it's like we can't even touch the ceiling. So that's why this is important, because they are taking chances. Do they think it's taking chances? Probably not. To them, it's the next evolutionary step. But to us and to other people watching them, they're going to be slack-jawed, especially the people who've never seen them before, because they're like, oh, it's a three-piece, it's three sisters and their brother. No. He's a fill-in for this song. The chick right there running around the stage in the middle, like dancing, that's their normal drummer. Okay? And then, of course, you could shoot him over to, you know, Dust to Dust or Breathe or... And there is no one on the planet. And remember, I'm 58 years old. I've heard a lot of freaking music. And right now, I can honestly say there's no one on the planet that can do what they do. And I don't mean that in any other way than, let's see, classical piano for each of them. They sing, they harmonize. I know that they goof around with each other's instruments, so I'm guessing that each one of them can probably play the other's instrument. Their performance quality, it's out of orbit and on the way into the Milky Way. So I don't know, and I like a lot of bands. I'm sitting here like thinking, and there is no other band that I can think of that can perform at this level and do what these ladies do. I just can't. Does it mean there's better guitarists? Sure. Are there better drummers? Sure. Are there better bassists? Sure. However, that doesn't take anything away from them, because they're phenomenal at each of their instruments. But when you put them together, you have something so unique and so powerful with songwriting, with musicality, with everything. I'm not ready to say greatest band ever yet, but they're fucking getting close. So I'm done. I think I spent 20 minutes talking about a 3-minute song just because it deserves it. If I knew more about music and all that kind of stuff but I am going strictly from a listener's standpoint. I know some terms, but a listener's standpoint that's been listening to music for over 50 years. How's that? And I've seen a lot of bands, Deep Purple, Jethro Tull, Judas Priest, Sabaton, Rainbow, and the list goes on. And we're not talking little garage bands. We're talking major movers and shakers in the rock industry. And these ladies leave me speechless. Although you wouldn't know it because I just bullshitted around and talked for almost 20 minutes. That's my version of speechless, if you were wondering. So, I'm exhausted just from reacting to the goddamn thing. So anyway, that's how I feel about that. That's my reaction to this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tell me if I'm too much. Tell me if I'm not enough. Tell me if you don't like me, because, again, the last one, don't care. But just interact a little bit. Show the world you're there. That's kind of what I'm doing. But to close it off, I want all of you to take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And most importantly, don't be a dick, because the world already has enough of them. So until next time,